ink on my lips. Thought up on my wrist. If I'm stepping, I ain't shit.
Finally meet you.
Great to meet you too.
What's up, Houston? It's Malik Chambers tapping in Betty's book. We about to get into this interview with Jiffy Rockets. Let's get it.
We gon' go up to the morning, yeah, like sis.
All
Yeah,
right.
spin it, yeah.
Oh, is camera on me? Okay, so let's go. So I'm just so glad to be here interviewing with the Jiffy Rockets. It's been a long time coming. Up and coming Houston rapper, producer, singer, musician all around, and I'm just so excited to be here with you. Thank you so much.
Likewise.
Thank
Pleasure
you.
to be here.
So the way that I found out about your music, Jiffy, I was on SoundCloud browsing, looking for some hot music, and I think Money in My Pocket came up. That was a song that came on, and I played it over and over again, and then it became a type of song that I felt like I needed to drive to, I needed to shower to, dance to. It just had me for a while.
Crazy.
So, and then I didn't know that you were that adjacent. You were in Houston. I was like, oh, look at this.
Oh, so you didn't even know I was from here?
Yeah, I just the song came from SoundCloud. It popped up randomly.
Shout out to SoundCloud.
Shout out to SoundCloud.
That's why.
Yeah. So like I was saying, I was actually on SoundCloud just finding some tracks. Money in My Pocket came up, and then I went, through the discography, of course. You gotta jump in the artist and then see what else is in the tank. And I was just like, it made me feel like I was in space. So
that's how it's supposed to make you feel, low key.
Yeah.
I mean, for a certain case.
Yeah.
Depending on how you feel.
Yeah. So, so like as far as like your music, you have it on most platforms, but I feel like SoundCloud is where you can find a lot of the hits that you won't find on other mainstream streaming sources. Would you say?
Yeah, definitely. Like I only have In the Air Volume 2. I didn't put the deluxe on streaming platforms yet. But yeah, most of my music is on SoundCloud. It started off that way. And like SoundCloud has always just been the core of where, just for me as a music lover, like I was a SoundCloud girl. Like
really?
Ever since, I mean like 2012, even 2010, like I was definitely on the SoundCloud.
On that SoundCloud
like yes, like I would listen to remixes.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was back when the DJs would like just remix songs that were popping.
Mm-hmm.
They would have to go on SoundCloud, and then it went into like, I hate to say it, but like leaks.
Yeah.
Like on accident, I wasn't searching for the leaks, but they just popped up on SoundCloud.
They always do.
But I love SoundCloud. Yeah.
And so like as far as like the tracks you've been putting together, you've been in music for about how long? I'd say.
I've been making music for like over 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Since back then in 2010 when I like first started using SoundCloud and all that stuff.
Really? 10 years?
Oh yeah.
So you're a veteran.
Yeah. With Sully, like, I started making music with him and Chief a little. Like he's the one that really got all of us making music. Mm-hmm. But it's been a long time. We was just having fun. I had no idea I was gonna keep doing music. Like that was never a thought.
And so you produce, and so did you start off with producing, rapping, singing? What did you start when that 10 years ago? What was the first music project that you worked on, if you could remember?
The official project would be like with my friends, like with Sully, Chief, Capo. He goes, well, Dahari, like is his real name, but like we started making music, and I think like we would just be in this. When was that? It was probably like 2010. Yeah, but they would just ask me to like get on a song, and we would just be hanging out, like, and everybody would just do a verse on a song, and they were like going crazy over one of them. Like the first day. This is actually the first time I ever like got on the mic. They was like, her verse better than all of y'all's. Like it was funny. Like we used to get on each other all the time, so it was just really funny. But yeah, that's the first like project I was on. But like even before that, like me and my manager, who's over there, we would like freestyle on beats. Like
Ooh.
I remember because we play volleyball together.
So you and your manager can spit too.
I forced her to. Yeah. I mean, when you're from Houston, you freestyle. Like it's just kind of like a fun thing. You just do it.
It's
like,
required.
So. For fun. Like so I was definitely like into it, but I give Chief a little most credit. He had all of us in his bedroom just recording verses.
So you started off in the bedroom, and now recording, and now you're on stage. You know, you're putting on shows.
Yeah.
There was a couple of shows you did in the past couple of months, I think, right?
Yeah, Boiler Room was like the last thing I did, honestly. And then before that, I really wasn't performing much. Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to like now, cause I really care about like it's a process, like a big deal when I perform, cause I'm gonna like come with it. Like I'm gonna make sure that it's like an experience.
Yes.
So I guess I've been just like kind of like picky and very choosy about like what I've done, and I'm now like I'm trying to perform more basically now.
Yeah.
But
trying
I
to
still like I don't do everything.
Yeah, you already do everything. You're doing production. You're on the track. You know,
yeah.
performing as a whole. I'd say like another aspect that it takes a lot of preparation.
Yeah,
just
I'm saying
like that.
I don't say yes to everything.
Yeah,
I definitely do that. I'm excited to like start performing more and just like give everybody an experience every single time. Like immersive experience. You feel like you just like went through some shit, fun shit.
Yeah.
Fun experience.
Actually, speaking on like immersing people in experience, when I listen to your music, can I share how I feel when I hear
I
a
would
track?
love to hear how you feel.
When I put on a song like Get Up or Olympic or something, any song really, it feels like I'm sitting in a spaceship and I'm like turning knobs and trying to make sure everything's right. And then like the music's kind of coming in, and I'm pulling back the thrusters, and we're about to go.
You gotta
so I'm looking and so like what are you, when you are making your sounds and you're in the studio and even when you're in front of people on stage, what emotions and experiences do you want for your audience to feel when you're on stage?
I think the biggest thing, like when I make music, I want people to like feel good, or to feel something. Like I want you to, you may not feel, I want you to feel good. I would never want you to not. But like any type of emotion, I think that's like gonna contribute to you having an experience that you haven't had before, or like that you've been like trying to have, or you may not even know you like are ready to experience something new or just any type of feeling. But like also I make my music like how you described a visual. That's pretty much how I make my music. Like I create sounds out of the visions that I see in my head.
Yeah.
So like, and I love movies and TV. So sometimes like my songs are basically soundtracks, like and it could be a movie that I actually seen, or it could just be like, fantasy in my head. Like this is what I envision. Like space is a big thing, and it's not even because like it has nothing to do with my name being Rockets. Like I just always love space. This is like going deeper, but like I was gonna be an engineer at a certain point.
Oh really?
I've gone like freaking NASA
Tell us about that. You're about to be an engineer. I mean, you engineering those tracks. I mean,
it's
so
still like all that
creation
creation is definitely math and engineering. Like at the end of the day, it's the same thing. But yeah, that's always influences me. Always just technology. I love the future. Aside, like that's another aspect of like
another thing I want to say. Like it feels very futuristic. Your flow, the sounds very very like sci-fi. I feel like feel like I need to be wearing like a space suit, maybe a helmet, and I'm taking it off, and I feel like I'm in a movie when I listen to your music, like a very well produced movie.
I love to hear that.
Yeah,
because that's legit. Like what's going through my mind, my brain as I make music is like movies.
Yeah, and so like how has your performance career been so far? Like going up in front of people, are you nervous? Is there been like some bad like times, or has it been like pretty smooth?
Honestly, like I haven't performed that many times. It's probably been like 4 or 5 times, and
I mean that's a good amount.
yeah.
That's a good
amount.
But
see, back like when I first started performing, it was with my friends that I was telling you about. Like we evolved, like after, because I was in high school and we was just doing it for fun, but we actually did after college did start going harder a little bit. We was doing shows, and honestly because I was with them, it was like just fun. Like it wasn't so much pressure. And I think that was a good way to like transition into doing it for my like performing on my own, because like you just learn to have fun. Like you're on there to have fun, and people used to compliment us. They'd be like, "Y'all were like great performers," and we're like, "Oh, we didn't even practice." So not saying I still like to practice. We did used to practice and stuff, but like the times when we had the best performances sometimes was like when we didn't practice. Like we just was like, we just don't do the show. So that's where I started, and then now like when I perform, it's weird. I don't get nervous. I get like just excited. It's like I have a lot of energy in me.
Oh, that's
so
great.
like it just
I think
intensifies.
that serves you well.
Yeah, it just gets a little bit I guess like I'm just excited, but like Boiler Room, I wasn't nervous. I was just really
doing
excited.
yourself.
Yeah, and that's one thing that helps. Like just like I have an aunt. A lot of people tell me this, but like my aunt specifically, she's just like, be yourself, and then you'll be good.
It always works out.
And it's never failed me.
Yeah, and I'm like, I think I saw some video from that event, and it was just seems like everyone was just encapsulated by the event. I would say you have a pretty strong fan base. You know, every time I've seen you out about 2 or 3 times, and when they play your music, people go off.
Yeah,
and they reciting your songs.
Myself,
They're reciting your songs. How does that feel to see that?
It's so cool. It's really like surreal. It's like the more they play it, it's like I'm still not used to it. Also what's crazy, like sometimes they'll play my song, people be like, "Oh my God, I love this song." They don't even know I made it. Like for real, they be right next to me. And they don't even know I made the song.
Excited.
No, I'm just like, yeah, it's good, huh?
Jesus.
Yeah, so I feel like people, and that's on me, like, I guess the more I perform and stuff, people will start to know like who's behind the song. But it's so dope. I love even more the organic growth. Like people know the music. That's what they're supposed to know me for. So it's a great feeling. Shout out to like all the DJs that are throwing these events, that are playing my music. Like they're like at the core, even in general right now in Houston, like they're at the core of everything that's happening every weekend.
The
to me,
DJs.
The DJs, like whether you at the bar, a venue, or the strip club, it really like the DJ is curating the vibe basically. Like, and there's a specific group of DJs that's like really been doing their thing and turning Houston up every weekend.
You actually mentioned the Houston DJ scene and how the Houston DJs are really bringing local music to the forefront in different environments. And I would just to give you an introduction to my, I guess, life at music. I've sung in church for I'm like 16, 17 years.
Ooh, wow,
and so like
same.
it's a lot. Same. So being in front of a crowd was something I had to get used to, but still, as someone who sings in front of people, it's a very concerted crowd. It's the church. But you, as you know, performing artist, you're gonna be in front of a lot of different crowds in the Houston scene. And so being a consumer of music and an audience member yourself, how do you feel the Houston concert culture scene is right now?
Yeah.
How do you think the scene is?
I think like right now the DJs are really turning the city up.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there should definitely be more shows, but as far as events every weekend, like there's always something to do.
Yeah.
It's like, you got physical therapy with Double Dutch and Morgan. Like I'm there every Saturday, every third Saturday I'm there. I don't know, it's been a big part of like the way I've been living. Yeah, and also like Hyperfem, big shout out to Hyperfem also.
Hyperfem, yes.
Like, but there's some incredible DJs, Lonnie, Asa Davis, so many. I mean, yeah, like they turning up the city.
Have you heard of DJ Intellect? Brejon Turner?
Oh man, I haven't.
I'm gonna shoot her.
I'm terrible at names.
She's cool.
Also, so
I think you'll like her. She owns this shop in Montrose called The List. And she has parties. She's having one tonight, actually.
Oh, really?
You might want to check her out.
Okay, yeah. Send me the flyer. Like we be going to these events because, like, I feel like I used to be like a homebody. I still am. Like I definitely am. But like when it comes, I like to support, and then also it's fun when you get to support and have a good time. Like
exactly.
I'll be going to the events. Yeah.
Speaking on Houston again, like, do you see Houston scene as something that you would kind of stick with, or would you move to another city to make your name?
Oh, they asked me that. I want to stay in Houston. Like, I would love for Houston to be my hub forever. Like, I mean, I love, like, I think Miami's also a great place.
Oh, yeah?
If I ever, like, by choice, if I lived anywhere else, it would be Miami. Like, I love it. But, yeah, I'm gonna try to stay in Houston.
Yeah.
They was asking that, like, Hannah was like, we'll have a nice little vacation home, like, in LA. Like, they was asking if we would, like, if we thought it would be cool to live in LA.
Yeah.
Honestly, I love Houston. Like,
Yeah, it's home.
Yeah. And I've lived in a few different places, like, for, like, a couple of years. Like, I went to college in Virginia, and then I lived in DC for a little bit, and I always would just, like, miss Houston so bad. Yeah.
So what do you think Houston is gonna need for artists to be able to kind of like really sustain in this city and be able to succeed? What do you think that the some of the things that the city is gonna need for us artists, or for you artists actually?
Yeah. So right now, I really feel like what Houston needs is for some of the folks that's like in LA that are making moves, that are putting people on to like take a trip down here, because the talent is here. I see them every week. And it's also, you can like find them on social media. And it's also like some of the events as well. Like, I think we may need more shows. Like, I think Sandman is really at the forefront of like curating events, curating shows. So, and I know they like, you know, I heard from the grapevine, they doing even more, like gonna start doing more of that also. And yeah, even with the artists, like with the visual artists that are there, like I just think there's so much talent right now in the pipeline for Houston. We just need like a couple heavy hitters from, you know, wherever they are to like really just see what we're doing here, and you know, things will pop off. I really think Houston's like the next Atlanta.
Hey, or maybe it was the first Atlanta.
Oh, it was, but I mean, I can't cap like Atlanta hasn't like ran.
They have a little bit of a togetherness element that I think that us in Houston. I mean, from my perspective, I feel like in Houston, being a consumer of music, I've been just like you. I've been trying to pop up at as many events as possible since we've been outside. Yeah. And what I've tried to really, what I've been observing is that even with us being stuck inside so long, there's still an element of people having trouble letting go of their inhibitions when they're in a concert setting. Have you ever been to a concert where you can see someone just like clearly not feeling it? And then you know the artist is going in, they're probably doing their best, and then you see the people in the front that possibly paid to see them specifically are having a great time, and you kind of see the people in the corner. And I noticed that's like and when I hear people coming from other cities, like, why is Houston like this? And I don't want to believe that Houston has a toxic culture in concert scene, but like at the same time, do you think that Houston needs saving, or is there a problem here?
I wouldn't blame the concert goers per se. Like, I mean, it's really up to whoever's putting on the event to create a vibe that makes people feel comfortable, welcome, like that promotes that type of culture of like, we supporting everybody, like, cause it's contagious. Like when some people are having a good time, and then like over there in the corner, or like that happens to us sometimes at parties, like nothing will be happening, but we getting lit, all of a sudden everybody like, what they getting lit for? And they lit. It just works.
Great.
It really works. So like I mean it is, and it does take like a couple people to start that. So yeah, but I think there's still potential. Like I can understand also, like when you are at an event, sometimes you don't feel like socializing is not like easy. So it's like, that's why I say it's up to the curator to like give them something to do. Like my friend, he always says like, I wish there was like something on the side, like to do as what other than just stand around. So then you could like feel like even if you have something to do with your hands, like that's like those small little things can make a huge difference on how like comfortable you feel in a situation. So
speaking on that, on getting people to, you know, really let go and just have a great time. I mean, personally, your music for me makes me feel like I'm having a great time. But how do you think your music kind of puts that feeling into people?
I mean, I could only just hope that it will when I drop it. But like when I'm in person or performing, I feel like it's really my goal to like connect with the crowd. I want to feel like I'm partying with you and like have a good time with you, even if I don't know you. That's naturally like that's kind of how I am. Like, so it just kind of seeps into the music, and most of the music is made to make you want to dance or at least bob your head or something like get you up. So it's kind of hard when like it makes you want to bob your head. You like you're kind of forced to. You like so that's the goal. Oh, what it do, Ski? Shout out to the city. Shout out to Houston. City man.
Shout out to Jiffy. Shout out to her music. Shout out to the space. Shout out to the future, which is Jiffy. Yes, Lord.
Taking it there.
You know what I'm saying? We in the air.
Thank you.
Ripping them up like a bell.
Ah, okay, with the bars.
You said, I feel like I tried to like send my homie, actually not little cousin, like 14, 15. I was like, hey, you using SoundCloud? I use Music. I said, what is this?
Wait, I gotta get him. Do I need to be putting my music out? I'm glad to hear that that's something like that exists.
Yeah, you know, like,
I'm all for the
remember
kids.
wheels back, you know, like
music.
when we had to get the MP3 download, YouTube to MP3.
Yeah, that's
and you put it on the USB.
Yeah, shit, I used to burn discs.
Yeah,
I used to burn CDs.
Yeah, like, this is my I had a prom disc.
I had every occasion for real. And then like you'll be like you switch it up, so like every month I have like a new CD because you get bored with the old one.
That's some 90s kid shit. I wanted to get into some of the tracks that you made, not only from that project or some of your past projects as well. So like I was listening to a song that featured Burner Sally, Get Up. And it made me want to get up out of my. I was driving a car. I was about to get up out the seat. When you're making a song with your best friend, how does it feel?
Sully, so he's one of my favorite people to make songs with, cause like me and him can literally do like 10 songs one night. I'm not capping. No, we do like, and it'd be like, it's no like pressure. We just be like chilling, like we're doing another song. Like we just do song after song after song, cause that's what we do for fun.
That must be so much fun. Yeah. I feel like when you go to the studio, it's business.
I mean, no, we be having fun. I want to create a vibe. Like that's what makes our music so organic, and like that's what Josh was pointing out randomly one day. When you make music, you want to have fun. Like I'm there to have fun. Like I don't want to be in no environment where it's like just boring and you're just going through the motions, just making music.
And I saw one of your latest music videos, Olympic. Another track that I really like from In the Air Volume 2. And why did you name it Olympic?
I was like, time for the next thing. And I just, in my mindset, when I was going into making music, I'm like, this is the rap Olympics right now. Like, I'm going in this, like, I'm going hard. Like, I made Olympic in 2050, like, right, boom, bam, right after one another. So you could kind of, like, feel the energy from that same energy. But yeah, that's why it's called Olympics, because when I first made it, it was called Rap Olympics. Like, just like the little playlist. I was making a lot of songs, but that one really, like, hit.
It really does hit. Like, y'all got to listen to that song. Listen to the other songs as well. I'm really into the aesthetic of the album cover as well. We got the spacey colors, and then like you're in the middle, you know, walking through a transcendental portal, whatever it is. It just looks like
I was so adamant on that. Like I literally made that. Like I was trying to get people to make it for me, and nobody would. So I was like, I'll make it myself. And so but I I really wanted to show that transition. That shows the transition pretty much from like In the Air Volume 1, which was definitely more like daytime, a little bit more naive and like just happy-go-lucky, play, skip through the field vibes. Like
yeah. Gotta have those, you know? We need that.
Yeah.
People
But
need
then
it.
like I went to that new dimension like real quick because you know
literally
like
a dimension.
yeah, and I feel like that's what I do like in life. Like I just go through new phases, new vibes, new dimensions. Like so, that's pretty much what happened with this tape. It's just a transition. That's what I wanted to show on the cover.
Great transition. Yeah, and I'm looking at it. When you look at the album cover, you just want to jump into it. You know, so like I mean, you're a graphic digital artist too.
Yeah,
You do it all.
Yeah, that's how I used to make money. Yeah.
That's awesome. You basically have all these talents. How do you kind of manage all of the different talents that you have to, you know, keep in check?
Yeah, I feel like for one, like you gotta hone in on what you're best at. I think that was like a really big lesson that I learned, like, cause I do all that stuff. Like I love graphic design and like I even used to edit video. I still do it when I have to, but like I'm not the best at it. Like I know there's people that are better than me that I would love to like for them to do it rather than me. And I had to learn that, like, know what you're best at. And then once I figured that out, which is like making music, making beats, performing, like that's me. I'm gonna be the best at it. So that's what I stick to. Focus on that. I mean, that's like, I say that, but that's also wishful thinking. Like, I'm independent, so it really be half the time me and Hannah do everything. Like, and so like if you see like a motion graphic on my page or like any cover art, anything, a reel, anything, I made that for sure.
Seen the hat, the trucker hats. And
the truck, I made the trucker hats. Yeah,
I
did that
cute.
logo.
Those are real cute. I like
Thank
those.
you,
Yes.
thank you.
Hey,
But
that's a good start though. I mean,
No,
you
yeah.
were really like
I was determined.
you were into your craft really early. That's really good.
Yeah, I didn't even honestly. I mean, I knew I could do graphic. Like once I realized how to do graphic design, like I got some like bootleg Photoshop. And so I did the graphic, but I was only trying to do it for money. Like I was like, I can make some bread. Okay, like let me do this t-shirt business real quick.
I want to definitely jump into this topic, but I'm going to talk about one more song. I think it's Out the Mo. When we really jump into the Houston music scene, we're seeing people like yourself really like still in the city, in the Mo. So what do you really want people to know about the Mo? You know, like.
Shoot, that's a big question. I mean, Mo City, for real, I'm so grateful to like have come up in a place like that. Honestly, like it's a culture. Like Mo City, that's why people rep Mo City. Because if you came from Mo City, it's a little bit different than if you came from Houston. Like,
yeah,
and
it is.
Just the way that I came up, like around where I was, it's a real like, dang. I don't even want to expose like everybody.
Expose them.
It's just like people love to have fun. Like, you know, like in Mo City, like dang, it's just a wild place.
You just gotta go to see, huh?
Yeah, like I feel like you never knew what you were gonna see. Like every day was an adventure experience. Like I said, like all the energy in my music, like that, always want to have fun and all that stuff definitely comes from being in Mo City. Like always looking for a scene, like a move, you know, just like, yeah, it's a lot of like culture, like every Friday, you know, where everybody else is gonna be, like, and it's really gonna be like, I remember back, like when I was in like middle school, the spot to be, this is like, people from Mo City I don't know, like if you was really going to Elkins or Hightower, you knew every Friday was at the Hill. Like the Hill was like, if you know the Hill, you know, like every Friday the Hill was crowded with a bunch of teenagers, black teenagers turning up in the middle of the suburbs. And
yep, the Mo.
Yeah, that's really what it was. Also the Mo is when I in Siena specifically, that's the first place I saw like real rich black people. I didn't mention this.
Yeah.
I was born in Detroit, Michigan. So
really?
Yeah, I was born in Detroit. So like it was a culture shock for me when I first moved here. Like I moved from Detroit when Detroit was Detroit, like for real Detroit.
Detroit.
Like, cause yeah, so coming
no, it's
here.
Detroit.
Right, yeah, no, Detroit has come up,
Yeah.
like for real.
It's
like I visited, it was way different.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but and shout out to Detroit for real, great city.
Yeah, I went there like maybe a few months ago. With my partner. She's
Yeah,
from
like
there.
I didn't spend a lot of time in Detroit, coming up in Detroit, so I can't like speak on. You know, I was young, but I remember when I moved from Detroit to Siena, it was like, I don't know, like that was the first time I seen like rich black folk for real.
Yeah.
Like I was just like,
that's a culture shock.
Wow. Yeah, like, and then from instantly I knew anything's possible.
Yeah.
Like I really like it's all about your environment for real.
Yes.
What you see, even if you're seeing something different on a TV or a computer, like that will instantly change your mindset.
I mean, we kind of got into your background of how you came up, and you had an entrepreneurial and creative heart.
Yeah.
From early childhood. You started making music 10 plus years ago, and so a lot of I've noticed that a lot of artists have come from different backgrounds, different stories. Some rappers and people have to engage in I guess not so savory activities to get to where they need to be. Your journey is a little bit different. Actually, not a little bit, a lot bit different. And adding the element that you are, a young woman in this industry. How do you see that, inspiring other people to, take a different path as far as pursuing their dreams?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's hard because I've never like the type to like tell people what to do because I've seen it all. Like I got friends and family, but I think that I give credit to my parents who were entrepreneurs. Also, so I think that goes back to environment and what you're able to see. So I would say it's a deep question. I'm still like, as you were, I thought I would have my answer, but I'm still thinking about it. It's like,
that's fine.
For me, I think it's really, cause it's a part of creating. Also, like you have to come up with an idea, and like it's like that one extra step, because a lot of us, we could sell anything. Like we could sell, I don't know, my analogy's not there. Water to,
butter,
yeah, I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like it's really in you. So it's really all about, matter of fact, I think I need some of this.
Yeah, you try some on,
I think I need some real quick. It's time for
it's for the
a
people.
little refresher.
Yeah, it's actually plant-based too. So, we're not harming no bees and no animals.
Eucalyptus is
that is undeniable.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, like as an entrepreneur, you just really kind of like set yourself apart in different ways in your creative elements. You were, digital graphic designer, you have merch. And so now, like, even as an artist today, is it kind of, do you find it difficult sometimes to not like fall on the, like try to, compare yourself to other people and seeing how they came up? It's like, whoa, man, if I would have did this, then maybe I'll be here. Is it kind of hard not doing that? Just,
that's
coming
like,
up?
I would say never compare yourself. Like that's the easiest way to like slow yourself down.
Yes.
Everybody has a different path. I don't compare myself. I used to like,
it's hard not to sometimes.
Yeah, and for me, like when I compare myself though, it turns me up. I'm like, oh, I gotta go harder.
Yeah, that's good. I guess that works out.
Yeah, but I would definitely say everyone has their own path. So yeah, it's really important to just like be yourself. Never go out of your way to do something that you wouldn't typically do. Like, and that goes back to like a lot of people, they choose a certain path or route that might not be great just because they were influenced by, it could be rap, it could be their older brother, like, you never know. But it's really like important to stay true to who you are, what your gut is, believe, like just go with it. And that's really hard in the world we live in because like everybody wants you to stay in a box, and like everybody wants you to like, we're naturally followers. So I feel like it's our first instinct to just do what we saw whoever came before us do. But I think like the way I live is like the opposite. Like I don't want to make nothing I ever heard before. I don't want to like do anything that I saw like whoever do. Like I'll take inspiration from people, but like I'm always remix it. Like
always remix it.
And it works. Like yeah, it works. So I would definitely say like never compare yourself.
Yeah.
Unless you're using it to go harder, like that works. Competition is great. Like I used to play sports, so I get that.
Hey.
Like competition, that works too.
Competitive spirit there.
Yeah.
I think when I see you like being next to some of like the great like women artists today. And for what do you see like your influence in impact is on young women and young girls who want to pursue music? Because I know that rap in general in hip hop it's male dominated, not only in like the I guess the personnel, but like the messaging. What the narrative of rap is dominated by our stories. And so how do you feel like your story, your music really kind of like has been an impact on like younger women or just women in general who want to either pursue music or find something else to listen to?
Yeah, I never thought about that. I mean, I could only hope that it would just give them a different perspective, or like just a new, fresh perspective of just different Black women. There's so many different variations of us. So I'm just one of many, and it's just great to add on to the pot of greatness. And I have little cousins that I'm like really close with. They're two little like girl cousins, and I've always like, well, nah, that's not true. I didn't realize that I was gonna have to be a role model until I got older, and I was like, oh, they actually be like paying attention to what I do.
Everything.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
Yeah, because they were younger, you're like, oh, they're not paying attention, but like
they pay attention to everything.
Yeah, and so I always, it's not like I'm in the booth thinking about like, let me not. I'm not thinking about what they will think about it. I'm hoping like maybe they won't hear this. But also, I would never like. I always want to be a great role model.
I think you're
to think about being a role model though. I mean, it's easy when you're thinking about your cousins. That's your family. But to people I don't know, like, But that is my goal. Like in the future, I want to like just help the youth, like give them resources, let them know they can do anything they want to do. It don't matter your circumstances. Like we'll figure it out. I'll help you. Like that's my goal in life.
Jiffy, let's talk about some of your lyrics. Talk about that content you got in this. You got. Let's talk about your lyrics. So like you as female Houston rap artist, musician, producer. I can't stop. Artist, visual artist, merch guru. With just getting into your lyrics, your lyrics and your content in the music in general is very unique. It's the content as far as the subject matter. When typically you might hear a song about bitches beating up another bitch, or I'm gonna beat this nigga, or I'm gonna this, I'm about to. I mean, nothing wrong. I mean, I personally like when rappers talk about shaking their ass and stuff like that. But at the same time, like you change it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's a time and a place for everything.
Yeah, there's a time and place.
Definitely. Yeah, I like to like, I just talk about what I do every day, and like that's as simple as it is. Like I'm not really fighting hoes every day. Like I'm not. Like when sometimes I'm ready to throw my ass, so I got songs for that. But it's not on every song. And anything like really my songs are just a stream of consciousness. So it's real life what I do, and so I do think it's a good. I'm not sure if like everybody, maybe the people that are talking about that in every song, maybe that's all they doing. But yeah, I'm a represent for the people that's like doing other shit.
There's a lot of us out here.
yeah, it's a lot of us. Yeah, so Yeah, might talk about training, might talk about something deep, like some amending freaking like anything. It could be
Mending
anything.
relationships, mending friendships. You might have a song about being in the
Yeah, I'm talking about like amendments, like changing the laws. Like I might talk about
amendment, not amending, mending.
That too, though, mending relationships.
You talking about policy?
You know,
hey, we need them songs.
Yeah, like you never know how deep it could get, but also like I'm never gonna bore you. Like I feel like rap that talks about real shit, or like not even real shit, because real shit is subjective to everybody. Yeah. But like if you're talking about like woke
you
politics,
conscious,
anything, conscious rap.
Yeah.
Yes. Conscious rap gets a real bad rap, but I understand why it does, because you gotta, as the artist, you gotta try extra hard to like sneak it in, basically. Like you gotta know how listen, like what the audience wants to hear, like what the people want to hear, basically.
It's like being impactful but not preachy.
Exactly. Okay. So like you could throw ass to a song I'm talking about. You don't even realize I'm talking about prison reform. Like
yeah. Throw some ass to
like
prison reform.
Like you don't even realize. So I think it's a little trick.
It's
keep in
like
my back pocket.
You're embedding feeling from the sound, and he's like, and then you embed messaging into that. Yeah, that's important, and that's actually really skillful.
Yeah, I think it through. Like I'm definitely like a writer, even outside of music. Like I write, so it's basically just the same. Like you want people to enjoy. Like if you're reading a book, it's pretty hard to get people. Well, I've never been a huge reader, so it's hard to get me to enjoy a book. Yeah, but a great writer can get me to enjoy a book. So like that's how I'm trying to be, basically.
Trying to be the writer that you would read from.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really amazing. I'm really in awe of your journey. Thank you. How you've really pretty much stuck to your guns. You're not just jumping off of SoundCloud because everybody's listening to Spotify. You have a strong fan base and it's growing in the Houston area. So I just wanted you to kind of like give us some final words on like what 3 songs from your discography should people listen to right now?
Right now?
Yes.
I need y'all to run Money in My Pocket.
Yes.
Of course.
Yep, I agree with
2050. Yes. That's new, and that's hard. The energy. And the Come Up. That's the first song actually I ever dropped on like by myself.
All right.
And that song is like, I think that foreshadows a lot about life. So
beautiful. That's awesome. I guess that's all the questions I have this evening. Oh yeah. So that's good. Thank you, Taylor. So Jiff, you got some really good projects already lined up in the tank. A lot of music people can listen to. Go check it out on Spotify or SoundCloud, Apple Music. But do you have anything else in the tank for us? You know, we're asking for a lot more. Anything else you want to
this rate
tease for us in the next, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 days?
I mean, it's just it's about ready to bust. Like at this rate, I've been making a good like tape every weekend.
Oh my goodness.
So really, I have so much more to give. Like it's just sitting there waiting. Like some people get to hear them now and then. I even want to I have so much music that like I might just start leaking my own shit. I don't know. Don't tell nobody though.
Oh no, maybe I can be the leak, and then
we'll see. You'll see. Maybe I give you some songs to leak. Yeah. But that's how I am at this point. Yeah, I really want to get it out, but also I'm never gonna like oversaturate. When I drop a project, it's gonna be for real deal. Like you're gonna get the best of the best. So
no microwaveables out here.
Yeah. So definitely a lot coming. Also shows coming. I can't say specific shows, but shows.
Yeah, we'll be there. We'll definitely be there to see you.
You'll know when they happen.
Yeah, I can't wait to see all those people out there reciting your songs. Those down at that what's that, physical therapy? And I'm looking We singing together.
Oh yeah, and we have physical therapy every
Yeah.
third Saturday for sure.
Yeah, you're gonna
Make sure
hear
you
some
keep
Jiffy
that.
out there. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. This is a pleasure. Like
This is
having
so
this
fun.
interview. I'm so glad to be able to talk to you about your career and just your journey in your music. I think you're gonna really make an impact not only in the city but in the world.
Thank you.
You got a futuristic flow. You telling the future, and so your music is gonna stand the test of time because it's already in the future. You're
That's how
you're
we
already
do.
rapping in 2050.
You know, we already 2050 right
2050,
now.
2020, 2070, 20.
So. Oh yeah,
you
it
know?
only gets bigger.
So it's gonna be real. People in 2050 gonna be like, oh, this shit.
This is what
yeah.
she was talking about. Finally, I get it. No.
Finally.
Nah, but
It's
it's a
gonna be
lot of
hot
people
as
in
hell
2050
outside.
right now, though.
Finally.
Yeah, so yeah, shout out to everybody that's in 2050
Mhm.
right now. I think we're all moving towards the
Mhm.
future, and I love to see it. But yeah, thank you. Shout out to you
Oh, thank you.
for the amazing conversation.
And I
the
hope you really
platform.
enjoy this butter. This is for you.
Oh yeah, and shout out for keeping my hands moist.
Oh, yeah.
throughout the interview because I had to re-up real quick.
Oh yeah. This-
Oh, she said say the product name. Come on, Hannah, you make me.
Oh yeah, that's that good
Betty's
old,
butter?
Yeah, that's that Betty's butter from Betty's book.
From Betty's book.
Eucalyptus. We are never ashy, always classy.
Ever. Yes. Never trashy.
Never trashy. Yeah, I think we're good here.
Yeah, I think we're good. That was fun. You killed that shit.
No, I love fitness and love money. Yeah,